Peter Boolkah here, and welcome to today's edition of The Transition Guy. Now I have a special guest with me, Rhyn Nasser, also known as the Millionaire Monk. Now I'll tell you something, this is quite a place to be. We're currently filming in what is called the Temple on Necker Island. Now those of you that have never heard of the Temple, you need to go and look it up on the web. See, in this actual room, Richard Branson formed what we call the Elders. Now if you don't know what the Elders are, go and look it up also on the net. It was a powerhouse of individuals, Nelson Mandela, Kofi Annan, Jimmy Carter, just to name a few, that would go and be able to speak to governments and try and prevent wars and things like that. So really, I feel really privileged, we both feel really privileged to actually be able to be here tonight and film this episode for us.
Thank you, Peter, for having me. It's just to second that, it's an incredible opportunity to be here, at the temple where the elders were formed again, and I think it's worth mentioning because it's just the energy and the vibe here is absolutely incredible. It feels like a spiritual temple. So whatever they've constructed here, whatever they've done, and just the presence of that many great people and some of the most amazing business deals Richard was saying the other night in the question and answers that have been formed just over at the bar there. So
exactly.
Absolutely amazing. So thank you for having me, mate. Yeah.
So, and really, when we talk about the Millionaire Monk is all around sort of conscious business and taking business to that next level. So what does that exactly mean?
Yeah, great question. So one of the problems that I see today is that there's these well-intentioned spiritual people that have great ideas, but they're just not able to bring those ideas into reality. And the reason for that is they're actually triggered by business. If you put a spiritual person, not all of them, this is a generalization, you put them in a business room and they're talking about, I made $20,000 today, and the spiritual person is generally like, they get a little bit triggered by the fact that that person made too much money, almost like they're a bad person or something. But on the other hand, you've got the business people that sometimes are just doing business and not spending time with their family or not spending time for themselves, and also their businesses are basically depleting elements from the earth or not giving back in a conscious way. So I see like the magic is actually integrating both worlds, bringing the spiritual and the business together and really looking at conscious capitalism and how you can do business in a way that actually gives back. Obviously you need to fulfill your first cup and fulfill your cup first. And it's great to see that a lot of business owners out there are providing for charities and things like that. I absolutely support it. I think it's amazing. I also support on B1G1 as well. And other charity organizations like that. But the question is how to do business in a way that you can actually still profit to give back to your family and create the legacy that you want, but actually do it in a way that's actually impacting humanity as well. So that's where the Millionaire Monk was sort of born out of, this idea. It's kind of bringing two worlds together, and I guess you could say like a monk his whole idea is like spirituality, right? Not having any money and just living simply. And I sort of lived 7 years deep in the mountains with Shaolin monks and Taoist warriors and Kung Fu masters as well, dedicated a big part of my life to that journey. But before that, I ran 6 businesses to 7 figures. So I lived sort of both journeys. And at age 23, society, told me that, you need that car, you need that perfect job in the company, get the beautiful girlfriend, work hard at what you do, buy the house and you'll be you'll be successful and you'll be happy. So I actually worked hard and I was lucky enough to do that at age 23. And then I actually realized when I'd done that, I wasn't happy. So that's what brought me onto this journey of going to China and actually training with the monks. And, from this, it's been, 17 years from the beginning of my particular journey. I think I've been able to now, particularly in the last 3 years, integrate the teachings of what I've learned in the mountains, integrate the teachings of business. And my message in the world is how we can do conscious business that does good, and how we can impact humanity through that business. Now, you might have a great business and it may not be in line with in a conscious way, but you might have a huge audience, and what I encourage you is have a message that actually inspires people to go out there and make change, because you'd be surprised as a spiritual strategy. I'm not talking about a business strategy, although it actually is, but as a spiritual strategy, when you align yourself with the energy of giving, amazing things just flow back into your life.
Yeah, and you know what? I think this is probably the biggest challenge we face today in business, is that most people out there, they're still chasing all the money. They're still chasing something, and the more you chase something like that, the more it runs away from you. We've had 5 amazing days with Richard.
Yeah.
Absolutely 5. And the one thing that really stands out for me is, okay, quite easy to say that if you're worth 4 billion, probably money isn't the only issue. But I don't think it was ever the issue for him. I don't think he really ever chased the money. He always wanted to, he had a really good high sense of purpose. And you see it everywhere around on Necker Island. I mean, there's such a high he's got such a high moral compass. It's so spiritual. And he's always looking at how to do good first. And knowing that actually you do the good first, the rest will follow. So how do we find this halfway house for most businesses where they can actually start going to that journey of becoming more sort of conscious and filling that cup, so to speak?
Yeah, very great question. So there's two things, is that generally we think business in our head, and actually most of the time we are stressed and we're tired because the cold cognitive thinking decision, we can only make so many decisions a day before we get stressed and tired. But actually the best decisions you'll actually make are actually outside of the mind, or particularly coming from the heart. So it's like having practices that bring you back into the heart, for one, is a really important way. So, there's lots of practices out there. I use Qigong. It's a very effective way. I mean, I've been on the island here training everyone in the mornings, which has been fantastic. Qigong, basically, it's an energy art from China. I've got my own sort of system in that. But that's one of the main ways that I align entrepreneurs, because I feel like when entrepreneurs are disconnected, they do disconnected things, in their relationships, in their friendships, in their business deals as well, even in driving profits and things like that. They usually look for the shortcut, where when you feel connected, you're looking at how everyone can win and how this can benefit everyone, and how is this in line, and how can I also create a life that I can spend time with my wife or my husband, and I can have a balance as well. So, start thinking about how you can live or create your life that actually gives you everything, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you might think that you're winning in business by just working extremely hard, but if your relationship is suffering, how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's a spiritual truth. So it's kind of like, if your relationship stinks, you'll actually find somewhere in your business it actually stinks as well. Do you know what I mean? And the same vice versa. So we really need to have a holistic look and how we can improve everything, and look at it as all one rather than being separate.
Well, that's really interesting, because a lot of the people I come across, they feel like they're the hamster on a hamster wheel, and actually without that business they have no life. So what would be the first steps for people to start breaking that habit
of having a...
Well, you know what, it's starting to get a bit of balance into their life, because a lot of people that I come across, they're really stressed, and it's that sort of, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, so they have cash challenges, time challenges, and they just feel that they have to just keep running harder and harder and harder just to keep those wonderful wheels turning.
Awesome. So I'm going to drop the Millionaire Monk model right here. I've never done that in an interview before. So for the interviews out there, if you're looking to do conscious business, you're looking for a basic model that can give you a concept or a grasp in your mind of how you can do this for yourself, this model is really, really effective. So there's 3 areas to the model, and when you align the 3 areas in the model, money and love self-organize around your purpose. That's basically how it works. Obviously there's a little bit of work to do in each of the areas to integrate them, but if you get these 3 down and you just go, okay, there's only 3 things, and if I can integrate these 3 things, money and love will self-organize around my purpose, and just good things will start to show up, and you really will get momentum, you really unlock your flow, and beautiful things start to happen. So the number 1 area, think of this as the North Star. This is your personal and business impact up here. What is your life purpose? What is your meaning for life? What do you want to generate? What's your legacy? What do you want to create in the world? What is your mission? Those things like that. And what type of businesses that do you want to do to make an impact, and actually make an impact personally as well? So that's number 1. The second area is lifestyle design. Now, lifestyle design includes your family, your relationships, your hobbies outside of business, the things that actually fill your relaxation bank account up, so you're not running on empty all the time and actually feel fulfilled. A lot of entrepreneurs that I train, if they don't spend time in the lifestyle design area, they're running, it's like you're in 3rd gear and you're just revving your engine and you just feel tired. So designing a life that actually supports your business and your relationships and your friendships, and getting really clear on what's important to you, is super important. So that's the second thing, lifestyle design. The third thing, and the most important thing actually, is connection to self. So connection to self is learning, meditation practices like Qigong, or maybe yoga, or maybe breath work. It's also understanding your personal values, doing personality tests like Roger Hamilton's, the Wealth Dynamics Profile Test, and some of these ways to give you a deeper understanding of how you run business and how you actually can conduct yourself, because the deeper understanding that you have of yourself, the more magnetic and the more clear you are, and the better choices that you can make in your business and in your relationships, so you're not wasting anyone else's time. Because when you're more clear on what you want, you actually can create harmony in all other areas. So when you have harmony within, you have harmony on the outside as well. So you've got connection to self, lifestyle design, and personal and business impact. So the challenge is, or the opportunity is to try to integrate all these three. So the foundation level is down the bottom. You've got Jing, Qi, and Shen, which are the three treasures of Chinese medicine. So the first thing, once you've integrated your connection to self, who you are, your lifestyle design, and also your business and personal impact, is to integrate Jing, Qi, and Shen. That means work on the base foundation of who you are and really design that lifestyle, because your business may change sometimes. But if your foundation is strong, then you can always work your way up. So that's Jing. Qi is when money and love really start to unlock and flow, and then Shen is when you're living your highest purpose. So someone like actually Richard Branson is living his highest purpose or his highest legacy. So basically, but you don't have to be a billionaire to get the model. You know, I've got lots of clients that have small businesses that do 6 to 7 figures or 6 figures, and they've actually got a business that's actually consciously aligned with this model, and they're giving back and they're living their legacy on that particular area. So you don't have to be a billionaire. This is all about happiness and fulfillment and performing at a high level and actually being able to give back, because every single human, one of the basic human needs is contribution, right?
Absolutely.
Anthony Robbins speaks of it. So that's quickly like the Millionaire Monk model. Yeah, how to basically allow money and love to self-organize in your life around your purpose. And self-organize means that you're not just trying to do it by yourself. You're surrounding yourself like, you know, amazing people like Peter. Coming on journeys like we have, there's 35 incredible entrepreneurs on this island. We have to spend time with Richard Branson personally. This level of networking unlocks a great level of flow, and it's not about you, it's about how we can serve others, and it's about letting the universe self-organize around your purpose. Once you're clear on what your purpose is, it's amazing what shows up.
True. So, people may be asking, well, how can they get in contact with you? Because I know you do some online programs and stuff, and you give people the opportunity to work with you. How would someone who wanted to work with you work with you?
Cool. So if you resonate with my vibe or my energy, and it depends on what level you're at. You know, if you're a high-performing entrepreneur, I work with those guys as well, particularly if you are like stressed out or tired, you want to feel reconnected and realigned. I've got high-level programs that start from 6 months to a year, but I've got a free 7-day empowerment flow challenge, and it's just a challenge that's put together with a 20-minute Qigong set that you do twice a day with 7 daily lessons and a simple way that you journal. There's over 500 incredible people in that group currently, and it's completely free. It always will be, and that's my way of making a personal impact and giving back. You know, obviously then you'll get a taste for what I do, and if you resonate with me, then if you take that journey, if you do take that journey though, don't waste my time, like I don't want to waste yours. Give yourself 7 days. It's about an hour of investment a day, but you'll get so much energy and flow from that journey. And whether you want to use it, you know, whether you want to work with me or not, or whoever you want to work with, it doesn't matter. My sole purpose on this earth is to make an impact on humanity. So for me, the more people that go through that, the better. And actually, a lot of clients give to their clients. The performance in their company goes up as well. And that fills my heart full of joy, and I just love that. So yeah, you can check me out on themillionairemonk.com.au. Also RhynNasser.com, Rhyn Nasser on Facebook as well, or Instagram. And yeah, just hit me up and ask about the 7-day empowerment flow challenge. If you jump on the Millionaire Monk Facebook page, you can comment on one of the live video streams I've done. There's an automated auto bot that will send you a message and actually link you up to that group straight away, so which is pretty cool.
No, thank you. And being with sort of Ryan here for the last 5 days, I've seen the shifts he's made in actually people on the island that have come together. So it's really powerful. Don't let yourself be stuck in one of the 3 areas. Now, if anything that we spoke about today resonates with you, head over to Boolkah.com and get in contact. And remember, failing to learn is learning to fail.